Live from the YMSL studios, welcome to the playoff edition of the Douglas Report. I'm your host, Norman Jemal, alongside a very happy panel over here. On my left from the Houston Astros, Maurice Haber. Mo, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for joining us.
Great.
And on my right, the owners of a sweep from the very touchables, Dr. Chucky Abady. Chuck, how's it going?
Great to be here, no. Is Dougie coming on?
Dougie is not coming on tonight. We do have Sammy Tawil in studio from the Colorado Rockies. We're going to get to that a little later. But first, we have to recap our games. We have win, lose, and draw.
Exactly.
From the week of the playoffs. And
so I'm going to start it out.
Off the top of your head?
That was off the top of my head.
So first of all, I want to tell you, breaking news right here. Indians got swept. Nobody saw that coming.
No.
Norman, you didn't see that coming. I think you should tell us about what happened.
Well, first of all, it is devastating. I have to tell you the truth. I really feel like we had a team that could have won the championship. I saw what a championship team was last year. This team was every bit as good, and it was just a devastating pair of losses. I'd like to take you through them.
Right, take us through game
maybe
one.
It'll be therapeutic for me because I'm killing myself over here.
Yeah, the tribe.
Basically, game one. We had last licks in game one. First inning, they get the first two men on. Elliott Mann and Jimmy Malach. Ali Marshall comes up with men on first and second, nobody out. I'm already thinking, oh boy, this is not the way I want to start the postseason. Big Ali Marshall up, nobody out. He hits a ground ball to Mikey, the pitcher, out at third.
Wow,
1 out.
Awesome.
Next guy, cleanup hitter, Jacob Wasser, ground ball to shortstop.
He played? I heard that he wasn't going to play, but he ended up playing. All right, gotcha.
Ground ball to shortstop, throw to third, 2 outs. Next guy, Jake DeWeck, line drive to right field, 3 outs.
Wow.
We escaped the inning. We're screaming. We're cheering. I mean, that's even better than a 1-2-3 inning.
Absolutely.
To get out of that jam
with
with the heart of their order up. We come up in the bottom of the first. Joseph Jamal has a 12 pitch at bat to start the game. He gets out. Next guy gets out. Eddie Rishley steps to the plate. Hits a gapper, right center gap. Man on second. Next guy, Lee Zakaria, hits another gapper.
File that away, Maurice.
I got it.
File that away.
File that one away. Lee Zakaria, another double. We go up 1-0 when there was 2 outs and nobody on.
And who was the pitcher against you? Was it
Jeffrey
Sacco or Azer?
Sacco was the pitcher.
Why do you think he picked Sacco, not Azer?
I think that it's Sacco's team, primarily. He pitched most of the games.
But Azer got them there.
Azer got them. They both got them.
What is that rule, Chucky? Can you tell me, since you're on the committee, do you know that rule? What's the story? Can they both pitch? Can they not?
In the postseason we're talking now?
Regular season taking us to the postseason. What do you think the rule is?
During the regular season, Sacco was going to pitch 12 games, and Azer was eligible for 6. And that's how it happened.
Okay, perfect.
In the
Playoffs?
postseason, on any given day, they have to declare one pitcher.
So Azer could pitch if they tell you up front, or Sacco could pitch?
Either one.
Not one. And when do they have to declare it? Do they have to declare it?
They have to submit the roster, the night before.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, fine.
Continue.
So Sacco was the pitcher.
All right.
He hadn't pitched in a while, so we were hoping maybe he'd be a little rusty. We went up 1-0, like I just explained to you. Lee actually tripled, so now he was on third.
Okay.
They intentionally walked Murray Zolta, so men on the corners, and then they got Robert Braha out. So inning is over, 1-0.
1-0 Indians.
We continue. Stays at 1-0. They scored in the top of the third. They scored 2 runs.
Clean hits, errors?
All clean hits. We didn't have 1 error in 2 games,
Gotcha.
and neither did they. I mean, it was a very, very clean game. The truth is, they got the 2 runs. I believe Jimmy Malach had a sac fly at one point.
Right.
Elliott Mann may have tripled. I'm going with memory, so I don't know for sure.
So same like me 2 weeks ago.
They went up 2-1. Hopefully I don't have the early stages of dementia. Now, bottom of the third. We have top of the order coming up. We're down 2-1. Joseph Jamal.
It looks like on the video that I'm wearing a lampshade. I just want to clarify for the viewing
Looks
audience.
exactly like you're wearing a lampshade.
I'm not wearing a lampshade. It's actually just a depth perception.
That's an Instagram picture.
Yeah,
maybe trying to cover the bald spot.
I just raised my head a little bit. I'm in the lampshade.
There's a lampshade in there.
Chucky looks like he's wearing a hat on the live broadcast.
Like a fez. A fez. Yeah, I'll go a little higher here.
I like it. It looks good.
Okay, now
white's my color.
You're a white hat.
there you go. Now down.
That's worse. Yeah. What do you got?
Now we're down 2-1. Top of the order is up. Eddie Rishley is about to get on deck. and he gets a devastating phone call.
Terrible.
I was on the other side, coaching first at the time, so I didn't notice anything. Norman Gaz ran up to me and he said, "We have a serious problem on our hands. Eddie Rishti just got a call that his grandmother passed away." So, of course, we immediately went to Eddie. He was in the corner on the phone still, I guess, getting details or whatever it is. And, you know, the game stopped for a few minutes. We all, you know, wished him our condolences.
Our deepest condolences, Eddie.
And, you know, it was just a devastating blow. I know Eddie Rishti's whole family my entire life. You know, I knew his grandmother.
Mrs. Lee Rishti.
Yes, Mrs. Lee Rishti. And, you know, Eddie was very, very, very close with his grandmother. So to see him with tears in his eyes when we're here playing softball.
Which was meaningless compared to real life.
It put it all in perspective. We're taking the game so seriously. We're fighting about nonsense. And then this happened, and, like, really, the Dodgers, give them all the credit in the world.
I heard they gave you a replacement, Maurice Zakaria.
Later, but that was game two.
Okay.
Anyway, they allowed us to stop the game for a few minutes. We let Eddie go, and
that's a big, big loss for the Tribe.
It's a huge loss.
Huge loss. You can't replace that. There's no replacement players in the playoffs. There's nothing you could do about it.
He's our best player.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's you know, sort of a captain on the team.
It's a big blow.
If we need to walk somebody or whatever, he's in the.
And what was the score at the time?
Score was 2-1 Dodgers.
Right.
And you know, he's a true leader on our team, and this year in particular. On a team that didn't have the strongest lineup, we put the pressure on him.
Right.
And so many games he won for us just the Dodgers. A couple weeks ago, we had a 0-0 game, and he had a one-out triple in the 7th inning that led to a 1-0 win. He had so many big hits for us this year. I don't know if that's his career, if he's always clutch or not. I have no idea. I only played with him once or twice.
Guy's a great player, bottom line.
But this year, he stepped up for us in every big moment, and at shortstop, he's been flawless. So. You know, it was a huge loss.
So he left.
We asked the Dodgers to allow us to break a slot in the ninth hole.
And they did that?
They allowed us to do it. They said, of course, gentlemanly-like. And we moved Mikey from a slot in the ninth hole to batting third.
Okay.
But
you're still there. The game is still there. You
game
still have it in reach.
100% is still there. It's a 2-1 ball game. Now, in the field, we put Mark Nardea, our short center fielder.
Right.
We told him, "You're now playing shortstop."
Wow, big.
Yeah. Big. And it was, as luck would have it, the first pitch of the next inning,
always finds you.
Hard grounder right to Mark Nardea.
Did he make the play?
He made the play. Now, if he doesn't make the play, maybe you're in for a long day.
Of course.
He made the play, and he made every single play on the day.
Kudos
every
to Mark
single
Nardea.
one. Now, this is a position shortstop in a playoff game that goes to first rounders.
Yep, absolutely right.
So for Mark Nardea to do that, I played with him last year and this year. He's 2 years in the league. I was so proud of this kid to step up like that, you know, and handle shortstop in a playoff game.
Right.
Anyway.
Not to digress, but who did you plug in at short center? You had somebody.
Norman Gaz, we moved to short center.
Very good, very capable short center. Very capable.
That's capable.
During the year, we play Gaz and Nard one game.
So they split.
Okay.
Yeah, and once in a while we'll put Gaz at first base, you know, to mix it up. But
so now it's 2-1. You still have a chance.
It's 2-1. Immediately the next inning, they made it 5-1.
How? Hits, clean hits.
All clean hits. Jimmy Malach had a bases loaded single to score 2 runs. It was clean. You know, as we were, the wind was taken out of the game.
Right.
I have to tell you the truth for both sides.
Of course.
I had my brother Jacob there screaming every 2 seconds, cheering the team. Nothing offensive or anything.
Right.
But you know, everyone saw a friend of ours leave with tears in his eyes. It was very, very weird, strange feeling.
Right.
And not an excuse at all. The Dodgers played so well yesterday. You know?
They took game 1.
No, listen to this. So now we're down 5-1. The game goes on to the 5th inning. We ended up scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th.
5-3.
We made it 5-3.
Right there.
Now bottom of the 7th, we're down 5-3. And by the way, at 5-1, they still had bases loaded, 1 out. We got out of the inning. They had a couple of chances to blow the game open throughout this game. We kept locking them down. We kept them at 5.
Right.
5-3, 7th inning. We got the first 2 men on base. Nobody out. It was Ralph Chira and myself, men on first and second.
How'd you get on, Norman? What'd you do?
I had a beautiful base hit over a leaping Allie Marshall.
Breaking news.
Over a leaping Allie Marshall.
Beautiful.
So first and second, no outs. Who's coming up?
Now coming up is the
Top
number
of the
9
line.
hitter,
Oh, okay.
Norman Gaz.
All right.
Okay.
Still capable.
Norman Gaz rips the ball directly to Ali Marshall at shortstop. Line drive, 1 out.
Okay. No problem.
No
Still-
problem.
Still good.
You're saying
Now
no problem, Maurice, but I got to backtrack. And what would you want in that situation?
Move the runners over.
I
Obviously,
mean, you gotta
fundamental
you hit a
baseball.
ground ball to first.
You got to go to
You
the right
set yourself
side,
up.
and then it's second and third with their top guys coming up.
Yeah.
So
I'm
who's your
just
number one
saying.
hitter now that Eddie Richie's not there?
So now, what, my best hitter in the
No.
lineup?
Number one. It goes-
Eddie Richie bats 3rd on my team.
Okay, so sorry. So now it goes to the number 10 hitter.
Now
or
it goes to the number 10 hitter,
Oh, okay. Who's
Daniel
that?
Tawil.
Wow.
Okay, not
Capable
slouch.
10 hitter.
He got a game winner for you in the regular season.
100%.
So he has it in him. What do
The
you
thing
do?
with the Indians, we might not have the power hitter, but every one of our hitters
Can
was
hit.
a good hitter that
Got
could get
it.
it.
Let me ask
Absolutely.
you this question also. Was Gaz in the lineup before the Eddie Richie
Yes.
situation?
Right.
Yes.
So
He was in
He
the
was
9th
batting
slot.
So he must have batted.
He was in a slot with somebody.
Originally, he was
They
in a
broke the
slot
slot.
with Mikey.
So Mikey could have taken that at bat had this situation
No,
not
because
happened.
if the situation had not happened, we could have given
If this
Mikey that
situation
back.
had not happened,
Yes,
it might have been first and second, and you might have been able to put up. You had the choice.
we
Would
would
you
have had
Mikey
the
again?
option. Yes, sir.
What would you have done in that situation?
I would have let Gaz hit there
Okay.
because he was hitting and he's been clutch all year.
Okay, just
And
I
So
don't
now
wanna digress, I don't wanna
Daniel's
stay too
up.
long.
Daniel's up. First and second, still 1 out.
Now, if I needed, let's say I had a man on 3rd, 1 out, I'd let Mikey
Right,
get me the
get the
sack
fly
fly
ball. I hear
every
you.
day of the week.
Right.
you know.
Okay, so not to
Fine.
digress. Go ahead.
Now Daniel Tawil comes up. He's a 10 hitter. What an improved hitter this kid has been. And now pinch running was Robert Braha on first base. Daniel Tawil hits a slow grounder to second base. Jack Jemal playing second.
Okay.
Sort of towards the bag.
I smell 2.
No. It's either they're going to get a close, it was a very slowly hit ball, either they're going to field it and maybe tag the runner
Okay.
or touch second base. No way to get
And
to
Robert Braha was running
or
from first to
maybe,
second.
yeah, maybe glimmer of hope, everybody's safe. It
Yeah.
was that slow. You know,
Yeah.
it was a slow grounder. Robert's running his butt off to get from first to second. He sees the ball's right in front of
Yeah.
him. As he's passing the ball hits the back of his foot. Dead ball out. Runners return
Wow.
where you started. Killer.
Wow.
Killer.
Momentum shift.
Now he knows the rule. He knows the whole thing,
That
and he hit the
happens.
back of his foot as he
Instead
was
of him
passing.
jumping,
it.
doing, screening,
Okay.
none of that. All right.
Onward. We still have now.
What do you have?
We have Bub now coming.
What's
up.
the bases now?
First and
Daniel
second.
safe. Is
No.
First and third.
First and third.
First
because
and third,
the
yeah.
runner that
If
hits
the
the ball
runner is out,
first
automatically
and
dead
third.
ball.
Right.
Okay, Joseph comes up. He's hitting great all day, long at bats, couple of line drives, whatever it is, and he hits a line drive directly to Jack Jemal's glove, and for the 3rd out and the final out of the game.
Wow.
Tough
Okay.
loss, no problem.
So you're the home team there. Now you are the road team. Game
Correct.
2, obviously.
Way
So
the road team game 2.
what did you say to your team?
We brought it in together.
All right. All you got to do is win one.
We said,
Move it on.
listen, we got to win 1. We have to force a game 3. We have to get to game 3 with Eddie Richie back on our team.
Got it.
And he won so many games for us. We owe it to him. Just get him a split.
Motivation.
All right. We'll play on Friday. We'll play on Sunday. We'll play whenever we play.
Just
with
get
Eddie
it to game
Richie,
3 and you're
full
good.
team.
Perfect. Now,
Jack Jemal, Ali, Jeff Saka, Marty come over to me. They come over to me. They say, listen, we're sorry about what happened. Blah 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 blah. We see Lee's brother is sitting over there.
Right. Maurice
Why don't you let him
Zakaria.
play for Eddie Richie?
very nice of them.
So very nice of
There's
them.
nobody like the Jamals.
Nobody.
Nobody's doing that.
and the Abadys.
It just and all of them really.
think so.
I
And
would
the
hope so.
Habers. The
I would hope
Habers.
so.
Bottom line is, we didn't think of it. We didn't ask them. They offered it, and we
Right.
said, I don't know if it's allowed, not allowed, whatever. They said, do it. It's
didn't
allowed.
care. All right.
Let's play
Great.
a good game here.
Right, no problem.
So I believe Albert was at the field or not. We called them this, that. We got it all together. They allowed it.
Committee vote, emergency
Committee vote.
Oh, you had a committee vote with
We had a
Chucky
committee
involved?
vote, yeah.
Okay, Chucky was there? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I was
So
on
now-
the other field.
Right, playing and you got a text.
No, Albert
Chucky
came
and
over.
others
okay.
on Memorial One, so
Got
you
it.
kind
So
of
they gave it to you, so Maurice Zakaria
They gave it to us. Now Maurice, was in flip flops and
Yeah,
drinking
yeah,
nice
yeah.
coffee. We had to
Right.
get his cleats, the whole thing.
Got it. All right.
Umpire calls me and Jack Jemal behind the fence.
Oh, I heard about this.
I mean, this guy with the little brim hat.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites.
So I'm
Him and
sure
Ray,
you've
yeah.
had great times with him.
Yeah.
So He calls us over. He goes, "You guys should be embarrassed. You played an hour and 45-minute game that was only 8 runs.
Albert, what's his name?
You should be ashamed of yourselves." And the conferences at the mound. Meanwhile, it was a tight game. There was a lot of strategy. There were intentional walks.
And this is the playoffs. This is the playoffs.
And we had around a 20-minute delay in the middle of the game with the Eddie Richley situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't count on the clock. I mean,
So,
you
you know,
can't
no,
be
you
counted
can't.
on the clock.
Exactly. So
They get paid. They got to be there.
he blasted us. I told him now he wants to start the game without the 15-minute break in between games. I want to talk to my team. I want to. I don't know. He wants to start it 6 minutes later, 7 minutes later. So I told him from back. I go, by the way, umpire, you were the one that was late to the field, which he was.
Right.
He came over, nose to nose, blasted me. If I opened
with
my
the brim
mouth,
hat.
Which he's not allowed to do, by the way. He's not allowed to approach you.
Oh well, he
So
approached
is there a
me.
suspension in the like the
All I'm telling you is,
Make sure he's not there for my game.
if I did so much as breathe, I had to hold my breath, because if I breathed for 1 second, I would have been tossed and suspended for potential
Got it.
game 3.
Got
So as much as it's hard for me to shut my mouth for 1 second, I controlled myself. I shut my mouth. Even Jeffrey Sacca, the other team, said, "Norman," from the other bench, he goes, "Norman, shut up. This guy's gonna toss you."
All right.
Fine.
One quick thing, very funny.
Interjection. We have.
It's a story that nobody knows besides for really knows.
They hear you.
Yeah, they hear me. One of the other umpires at Memorial One, apparently he's in charge of something at the division. I'm not really sure. Had no idea what was going on in Memorial Two with the little hat guy.
Yeah.
And he tells me, "Albert, I need you to deliver this note to the other umpire." I said, "What does the note even say?" "I don't know." He goes, I just deliver, don't look at it. So Ricky said, made him tell us what it said. He said, "I'm fining him for wearing his hat," or whatever he was doing was against some official umpire rules, and he wants to let him know in the middle of the game. It was so urgent.
Right.
I told him, I said, "This guy's about to snap."
Right.
So if you think I'm giving him this note right now,
By the way,
playoffs. So he
Albert was there in game 2. I want to talk about game 2 because that's the
windshield.
key game of this series. But Albert was there in game 2 when the Dodgers wanted to use a pinch runner, and the umpire did not let them because Marty was the one calling for a pinch runner, but Jack Jemal is designated as the captain, as the only one that could call timeout. So he was equally obnoxious to both of us.
Got it.
Game 2 started with strike 1 on Joseph Jamal.
I had to call a timeout myself.
You know,
I had to call a timeout myself, telling the umpire anybody's allowed to get a pinch runner.
Right.
And he actually, Marty wanted to call a timeout, and he tapped Norman and said, "Norman," he said, "Aren't you the captain?" Norman said, "Yes." And I said, "Excuse me, Boo, that's the wrong team."
Right.
And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're right." He penalized Marty.
Right.
because
Anyway,
Marty-
let's forget the umpire.
umpires. Forget about the umpires.
I just wanted to mention that I almost got tossed. Now,
A
game
classic
2 was a
0-0
classic game.
Right.
I've been in around
Pitching
3
duel.
or 4 0-0 extra inning games
Right,
this season.
that's
so
right.
go figure in softball.
Right,
It's
exactly.
crazy. Now, this was a classic pitching duel. Mikey Shalom, Jeffrey
Bulldog.
Sacca, both of them Bulldogs.
Unbelievable.
Norman Gaz told me after the game, after we were eliminated, as we'll get to, Mikey Shalom is an absolute warrior.
Absolutely.
So I go, "You're right." He goes, "No, if you're at war, you want this guy on your side. He's an animal
This is
on
the
the
guy.
mound." Oh my God, what a game! So many chances for the Dodgers to score that we got out of. Jeffrey Sacca, Mikey, both of them amazing.
You had Maurice. Now, where did you put him?
We put Maurice as a DH. He said he wasn't ready to field the real position just yet.
All right.
You know, we said, "Can you play short? Can you play short center?" He said, "Yeah, I can do short center or whatever." We decided let Maurice DH, and we batted him 6th.
And whose bat did you take out of the lineup?
I took
Nordea.
Norman Gaz's bat out of the lineup.
So before we get to the last inning, I just want to say something. I know Mikey Shalom for a long time. I've been with him on a team where he was on the bench, and the guy paid his dues. The guy is a true warrior. I have to tell you, in the draft, I never even looked to take him, but I think a lot of teams now, Norman, are going to look to take Mikey Shalom. The guy is there. I asked him the other day, "What's the secret?" He goes, "It's just softball. I'm having fun. It's nothing else. I go there, I pitch my game, I don't walk people." Mikey, you are a true pitcher. I think you're one of the top pitchers in this league, and you've come a long way. So take us through the 9th inning now, the last inning, whatever it was, where it was a 0-0 game, and the Dodgers were up, and that's where I came to watch.
Just throughout the whole game, I mean, we knew from the 2nd inning that this is a 0-0 game. I mean,
This
Jeffrey
is a one
Sacca
run
got
to
into
win
a
it.
zone,
Right.
and Mikey, we knew, was not giving up anything.
Right.
So we kept saying, "Guys, score 1 run, get to a game 3.
That's all you
Just
need.
score 1 run."
That's all we needed to
But
win.
Jeffrey would not allow it. You know?
Got it.
So now, ninth inning.
That was what it went to the ninth. It went 2 extra innings.
I believe it went to the ninth.
So now the Dodgers are up, and I was there with first and third with 1 out.
First and third, 1 out.
And it was I don't know.
It
who
was Abady Soroya up.
Correct. I was there with Abady Soroya, and Mikey got him to pop out.
Pop out, foul territory.
And he clinched his fist, and he was pumped.
By the way, earlier in this game, I have to mention bottom of the seventh. I have to mention this play because it's something I've never seen in my life.
Okay.
Man on first and second, 1 out. Wasn't that? Yeah, was it 1 out? Yeah. It looks like a clean base hit to left field. Hard grounder in the hole between Nardea and Daniel Tawil. Okay? Game's going to be over. This ball is rolling into left field. This game is over. Okay? They had a pinch runner or whatever at second base. Daniel Tawil makes a major league third baseman caliber dive to the shortstop hole. I'm telling you, full extension, feet off the ground. Greg Nettles dive.
Wow.
Gets up, races to third base for the second out. Mikey gets the next guy to pop up or whatever.
Right.
Save the game at the moment. Okay.
Now the karma is probably there at that point.
You think so? Also, another thing where you think the karma is there is Joseph Jamal has a 10-pitch at bat and hits a ball. If you remember the puck that wouldn't cross against Lundqvist and it floated across the line.
I remember.
Ball went 6 feet. Jeffrey Saka screaming because there's no way to get him out at this point. Don't touch it, don't touch it. They don't touch it. This ball, spinning, stopped dead with the hair of the ball on the line. So now you think, karma. We just couldn't get that run.
So now it's first and third. Soroya makes out. I was there.
Right.
I walked in. I see Sammy Tawil. We're both watching it. Sammy's scouting. He has a bye this week.
Yes.
So Jimmy's up. So I'm looking at Jimmy and I'm saying, can this guy get a clutch hit?
Jimmy came up with bases loaded. Elliott Mann walked in front of Jimmy.
Right. So Jimmy was up, bases loaded. I don't know if it was a 2-1 count or a 2-2 count. And Jimmy hit it. I looked at it. Sammy looked at it. Fly ball looked like the game was going to an extra inning. I don't know what you saw. You were catching, I guess. Mm-hmm. Were you catching?
I was catching.
And I lost to death Carlos Abady. But it looked like he just took the wrong route, and he told me himself he makes that catch 9 out of 10 times, no problem. And he'll admit it to himself. And it just kept sailing and went over his head. Tribe season over. No more Instagram, no more teepees, no more anything. I think you got to get a new name, Norman. And honestly, Maurice Haber predicted it last week. Just want to let you know. We are sorry to see you go. You're great for the league.
I'm sure
the Indians are really a fantastic team, but now we got to move on.
No, listen, we got to move on. Carlos is very hard on himself.
Yeah. He's still a great player.
He's a great player, and he says he catches it. I really can't tell.
You're in the heat of the game. You got spectators, and that's what we saw.
The thing about my team is everyone takes accountability, and everyone said you got to score a run in 9 innings of softball.
The game wasn't lost on that last play, but
with Eddie Rishti, without Eddie Rishti, against Jeffrey Saka, against Abady Saka, whatever it is, you got to score a run in 9 innings of softball.
You got to give tip your hat to Jeffrey Saka and the Dodgers. They move on. Now we go to the next game. Untouchables versus the number 3 seed, Helter Skelter, and Douglas was in studio here, sitting to you, Chucky, face to face, and saying, "I want you. I want the Touchables." Take me through that game.
Maurice, you're dominant. You're just dominant. You're like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tonight. I want to go back to the Dodgers.
Sure.
They made that switch with Malak batting in front of Ali Marshall.
Yeah.
I wasn't at either game, but you're giving me Jimmy Malak. You're not mixing me Ali Marshall. Seems like the protection of Malak with Marshall, he had a bigger day.
Chucky, you said it last week. I don't know if it was on the show or right after the show, but we were talking about the switch of the lineup, and you said I would tell Ali Marshall to leave his batting gloves home. That's exactly what I told him. I said, good luck today, buddy. Leave your batting gloves at home, because we intentionally walked him whenever there was a base open. We didn't think about it. I don't care what he batted this year or this series or whatever it is. I'm not letting that guy beat me if there's not an animal up behind him. Even if there is an animal up behind him, I'm not letting Ali beat me. So, we did tame him, but, we walked him whenever it called for the situation,
Okay, so the very touchables.
Well, first of all, a few things about the very touchables. We all said it. We all predicted the very touchables to sweep the. Now it's like a good name, like the idiots from the Boston Red Sox, Yeah. So, but you guys had an amazing development during the week where you found out your starting pitcher was out of town,
Right.
extended his trip, and now I don't know what the rule is. If you could have gotten a replacement, if
Okay,
you
so
could
the
have.
rule is with a pitcher in the postseason, you can replace him, and it does not have to be permanent. You can replace him for the week that he's out, and you can bring your pitcher back. So I didn't even have the pressure of, it's tough on Leo, he's out for the rest of the season. I could have replaced Leo with a pitcher from, let's say, Legion of Boom, or from any of the other 2 teams that were out, Boys of Summer. Not Hebrew Nationals, because AB was under a suspension, probably wouldn't have been approved anyway.
But he's suspended for the 2015
Yeah,
season.
but I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Some guys might go there. With Steven Safety kind of stuff. I'm not bringing in AB Saka for
I know.
Leo Caston. So anyway, we quickly, without hesitation, we're going with Bawabe. He beat the Cardinals 9-0 in the first game in game 17 of the season. He's part of the team. It's hard to bring a kid in from another team and put pressure on him and yell, "You got to do it for us," when he doesn't even know, the short center fielder's name.
Right.
And we're going to win or lose with the guys we got. So Jackie Bawabe, our 12th round pick,
Okay.
was given the nod to start both games.
Great. Who would have thunk it when you drafted him that this guy's going to pitch you 2 playoff games?
No,
and win you 2 playoff games.
We know he can pitch, but we picked him because he's a team player.
Right.
He's a capable short center fielder, second baseman. He can hit the ball. He can hit the ball far.
Yeah, he can.
He's a pleasure.
Right.
The fact that he could pitch, he pitched for Maurice in the past. I mean, if he throws it over the plate, he's not such an easy hit.
Right.
The question is, can he throw it over the plate?
So what happened? Can he?
So game 1, they were home. They were home. The first ball that they hit a lazy fly ball to right field, and my lazy right fielder, A.B. Dweck, is drifting back, plays it into a triple.
Oh my God!
I saw in the Game Changer lead-off triple. I said, oh God.
Not wearing sunglasses. I offer him my sunglasses after the play. I don't need the sunglasses.
Was he wearing the hoodie?
He wasn't wearing the hoodie, but I don't know if this was going to be an omen of what's to come. Right away, Jack Abady shuts me up. Get back. We're good. Henry gets up. He's batting in the 2-hole. The floodgates are going to open up. You can sense it. He rips one between first and second.
Okay, base hit.
1-0.
No. Jackie Haber.
No.
Left-handed second baseman.
Yeah.
So he's making this play to the backhand side. Diving. A la Daniel Tawil. Flat out. From his stomach, throws him out at first base.
Unbelievable.
So 1 out, they get the run.
Can I digress 1 second?
Sure.
Only because Haber's here, and we're talking about Jackie Haber. A huge moment in the game, in our 0-0 game.
We're not going back to that game.
Just one huge moment.
game
Because
You're out, Norman. You're out.
Because Abraham Haber made the play. I want to give him credit for a great play that he made.
This is the Haber show.
Yeah, this is the whole Haber
I'm
show.
still in.
All Haber, all the time.
1 out, Joseph Jamal up. He hits a gapper in between the right fielder and the center fielder. Did you see the play or
No, I
okay,
wasn't there.
it was right before you came then. It's looking like a triple to me. We're going to have a man on third, 1 out. He's going as fast as he can. And Abraham Haber is running full speed and backhands the ball and guns it into second, held it to a single, changed the whole inning. Back to you. Sorry, go.
Okay, go Abe.
Okay. Look, I'll give you Jackie Haber a quick prediction in the future. This guy's going to be the second baseman taken in the draft.
Okay.
In the future. Not maybe next year or the year after. He's 20 years old now, Maurice?
21.
21.
Twin.
I hear he's an enforcer on the hockey.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Yeah.
He's got the confidence. You can see his confidence in his emails that he sends out. He's batting in the 2-hole.
He sends
for us.
emails out. He doesn't even barely talk to me.
You can't see those emails. I can't even have my
He
wife
doesn't
look
show
Are
at
they
it.
all in caps
He doesn't
locks with
show it.
periods all over?
No, it's not like me. They
No,
went to
there's
school.
some of that stuff. Though.
They went to school. I didn't.
There's some like box songs.
You went to school
and
to win.
hashtags.
What?
No, high school.
No, high school. You did?
I finished high school. I finished.
Anyway, second inning, A.B. Dweck, man on first, quickly redeems himself with the base hit to right. We get first and third. We tied the game. That game is going to wind up 8-1 into the 7th. 8-3 in the final. Jackie Bawabe did walk 7 men.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got about, I think they had 8 hits.
I saw one inning where he walked 4 men.
Yeah, he walked 4 men and they did not score.
They didn't score.
So Chucky, I want to ask you a question. You're the catcher. What was his mojo? What was his body language like? Forget the walk, 7 walks. Did he look nervous? You could tell if a pitcher's nervous or not.
He does not have the same body language as that Leo Casa might have when he is lost at the plate.
Okay.
Jackie, I got it. He doesn't give me the I got it, and he doesn't zone out. I can see we got eye contact.
Right.
Okay.
I have confidence he can come back at the count.
So
he
he
went
was
through a rough
confident.
patch in that one inning.
Okay.
He wasn't finishing.
Okay.
He was short-arming it. They
That
were
means
low.
he's pushing it.
And then the umpire, you know, in their generosity, they start to squeeze you.
Yes, of course.
A little low, just outside.
Right,
You're
right.
killing me here.
Right,
You know?
right, you can't get it.
Okay, can't get a call because you can't throw strikes.
But he
That's
knew
the
there was
idea.
nobody else coming in. That was it.
You know, I'm like
You're the
walking
only
up,
guy.
I got the gloves
It's
on.
only
so-
Chucky. All right.
So they have first and second.
Okay.
Tabelli kid, I think, is up. After the
Ezra
two walks,
Tabelli.
hits a classic one hopper to Jack at third, standing on the bag, throws to first,
Double play.
double play. We walk another two guys.
Oh,
Crazy.
God.
You know.
How many guys on base
Exploded.
did they leave? These guys.
They
An
left
army. I heard.
an army, like 14 in the first
Wow.
game.
I heard they had a double play issue. Like they hit into a double play
I heard
almost
Douglas
every
the
inning.
Whack
Douglas
from
hit-
the Douglas report
Douglas-
hit into two double
Two
plays
double
himself.
plays. Two double plays. Yeah, he hit one, a tough one. You don't really even see it. If I score it for you, I'm going to score it 6-5-3. Ground ball to short with first and second.
Wow, that's crazy.
And Jaime goes to third, and
Oh,
Jack
I
just
heard
goes to
Jaime was
first.
spectacular in this game.
So Jaime made a play. I'll give you kudos to Norman on this one. Norman at one point in game 2, Norman gives me the insight that the one guy you don't want to face in clutch situations is David Rishti.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
David Rishti went 5 for 6 on
Wow.
that.
There you go,
I heard he
every
was the
time.
only guy who
He
hit.
got
This
up.
guy's incredible.
Yeah,
he
got
was
up
an
in a,
ex-expo.
I believe it was at the time 5-1 game with second and third, and we walked him. And now we're walking him, knowing that the
Wow.
Wabe doesn't really have the plate.
Amazing, because that's totally against
Yeah.
the book.
But
You
Jack
bring in
Abady,
the tying run to
Jack
the plate.
Abady, walk him. We walked him.
So
Zeke
this is a
Goldberg's up.
situation where you're a baseball old timer,
Right.
you know every rule. This is where you said we're going with the gut over because you never should walk that guy to
You're
bring
putting
up
the tying run at the plate, and
Right.
in the form of Z Goldberg, who's capable.
Right.
And then a double there at second and third, and the
How
second
many
one-
outs were there?
There were 2 outs.
Okay, so now you're getting the force everywhere at least.
Force everywhere. Zvi hits a smoker in the hole between short and third.
Okay.
Typically, the third baseman is going for that. The shortstop, Jaime Shama, on the grass, a.k.a. like a Maurice,
Right.
on the backhand dive, and Jack is back on third base. And Maurice not Maurice, but Jaime at this point, throws to third.
Well,
and dives to
because you loaded the bases, Jaime can play deep.
Deep.
He has to play at
He has
third.
to
He has to
force
play
it
at
every
second. Right. Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
big call over
Big
there.
call, big call. We made big play after big play. A couple of big plays by the right fielder. You want the big play by the catcher?
Sure.
Oh yeah, always. It's a show. We need to hear that.
So it's a 3-1 game in the second game.
Oh, now
First game was a blowout.
First
It was
game's
8-3.
over.
They had a
That's
million
it.
chances. It's over.
Okay.
So the second game, they again jump out to 1-0 lead.
Okay.
We get back to 1-up. It's
Did you
3-1.
sense they were flat?
They were very flat.
Okay.
They were reaching for this energy by going to the helter-skelter hecky.
They had the music on.
the music before the game.
What does that mean? The help the
They
scout.
get 4 guys on the fence,
Oh, so-
right tight, and Chucky needs to aspirin.
So what do you think about the Hecky in the league in general?
I think it's Bush.
You're not for it.
I'm not
And
for
Norman,
it.
what do you think?
I mean, there's
about
one
Hecky?
thing to root. There's one thing to high-low once in a while.
Okay.
But the incessant thing that we got to bring the Hecky, and they got to talk about who's the pitcher on Friday. It's not really disrupting anything. The guy's not erratic. It doesn't really bother anybody, other than it just makes you look like
fool.
you can't play ball.
Got it.
I don't know about fool. You can't play ball. Let's play ball. I don't
Okay.
see it in the MLB level.
No.
I don't see it in
College, nowhere.
college girls softball.
Oh, definitely not in girls'
boys baseball.
softball. No,
You
you
know,
don't see it.
There's a time and a place for everything, and these guys are somewhat out of control with it.
All right.
3-1. Albert Gamal doubles with 1 out.
Okay.
David Rishti's up. Smokes one off of Jackie Haber's glove to the backhand side. One of the few balls that elude Jackie Haber.
E4.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
And
Bullet.
it dribbles into short right field. Jackie's gets back to get it. Wheels. Fires home. David, alertly, he's going for second.
Right.
So I come up on the throw.
Oh, you like cut it off
Coming
almost.
up in front of the plate, I'm gunning him out at second. No doubt?
And
I pumped it to second. And Gamal rounded third.
oh my.
How
And we fired to
crafty.
third. 2 outs. Man on second. They never threatened again.
What was the score at the time when you did that?
3-1.
3-1. You were winning.
Now, I'm always after the
Game
guys
over.
about, not throwing the ball around and whatnot. If you throw down to second, maybe the guy scores at second and third.
you'll hear that in my game.
You'll hear about the
You
Cardinals
will hear about the
debacle,
Cardinals
yeah.
doing
So
that.
that was a risky play, by the way, because I was inside the field and it actually crossed to the outside of the field. Jack was like blind on it, but made the play, and it's his brother-in-law. He gave him a little bit of the business on the tag.
Good. A Norwood to San Michon
Sam
business
Michon,
on the
yeah,
tag.
business. He had done that to Jackie Tawil, his good friend earlier in the season on a play similar. I want to give you some quick stats, and I don't think stats always tell the picture. By the way, Mario Safdie had food poisoning on Tuesday, unbeknownst.
Okay.
And he was not himself. He gutted it out. He had stomach cramps the whole time. You know, he was a warrior. You know, I'll tell you the same thing. I don't know if I put him in the class with Mikey or what that word warrior means. You know, it's softball. It's not war.
No, but Mikey's a beast on the mound.
And Mario was a competitor. He didn't let anybody know. He only walked 2 batters on the day. He gave it his all.
I got to tell you,
I want to give you their big four, though. A couple of stats on their big four, which I consider their big four guys that we looked at, you know, to show the leadership going in.
Right.
Henry Shalom.
Well, Henry also, I scouted him on Saturday. He was playing in like a pickup tennis game.
Okay.
He's an excellent tennis player. But the shoulder something wasn't right with the shoulder.
What do you think of playing tennis the day before a game?
Lee and I were there in our street clothes. We came for the watermelon.
Was Lee playing tennis?
No, Lee was.
I'll kill him if he was playing tennis the day before a
Henry
game.
played, and he just was not himself. But on the stat I'm looking for, I'm going to give you Zvi.
Okay.
I'm going to give you Henry. I'm going to give you Max Sutton.
Okay, let's
I'm
start.
going to give you Dougie.
Let's start with the captain.
I'm going to go with all of them.
Okay. Oh,
I'm gonna
combined.
go with all of them.
Okay, Max, Zvi, Hank, and Doug.
4. Guys.
2 for 21.
Wow, that's like John Starks in Game 7.
Yes,
And
it's
now on the 2 for 21, one of Henry's.
It might actually be.
Henry was
Yeah,
up with
exactly.
man on third, no outs, and took the sack fly. So you could say, you know, I got sack flies, no AB on that. But
What was the score?
Henry took an 0 for on the day.
That's incredible.
Zvi took an 0 for on the day.
Henry didn't get a hit.
No. And I'm thinking
That's
he wasn't himself.
surprising.
He was not.
So
You know, I don't know.
He's
I don't know.
been hurt
It's
the whole
part of the
year,
thing.
and he's still batted over
It was
400.
tough. It was shocking. They didn't come, whatever reason, you know, whether it was I'm not saying pressure or otherwise. The pressure starts to mount on a team that feels that they should be putting another team away. We started by saying if we keep the game close, and we said, to hell with that. Get out, jump on them early, and the pressure just mounts.
I think the way they entered the postseason
Terrible.
is the worst way you want
And
to
you
enter.
said that. You said that.
I
last
said it at
week's
the
show.
time.
They were swooned.
I was
They were
dying for them to pick my team. I know Hank was dying for them to pick my team, and
It didn't
you know,
happen.
I think it would have been a better matchup.
It would have been a
maybe
better
for
matchup
both
for
of
me.
us.
It would have
Who
been a better
knows?
matchup for me.
You know, but bottom line is, you can't limp into the postseason.
Nah,
Your
that
team
was
was
terrible.
hot as fire.
So I'll go with that on to follow up. We've won 7 out of 8.
Right.
Okay, we finished.